there's just a few comments on the restoration of this A65 BSA, 1962 August. So one of the first releases of the bike. We've got a couple of problems, but we are working way through them. Having a look at the clutch. Make sure everything is set up right, so that should be pretty well sorted quite soon. But this is just a few comments on the first problem we had, which was the oil leak from the flow and return pipe connected to under the sump. This being the first release of this particular product, there's quite a few changes which appeared about 2 years afterwards, from 62 to 64. Now this is the particular pipe I'm referring to, and it fits underneath on the sump through the single bolt. And the way it's supposed to work is that the centre bolt fastens onto the thread on the sump, and you tighten it up, and there's usually something like this gasket which fits onto the unit, and this is what was connected when we first got the bike, which was constantly leaking from that particular point, and whatever we did we couldn't fix it. So in the end we actually took it off, and we noticed that whoever's had this in the past has put silver solder onto the face of this unit. I think this was probably to give it a soft surface so it could be tightened up and maybe seal the gaps, which were the problem. When we first got it, it had two pipes coming out of the crankcase, which I thought were permanent but weren't. They were actually, when one dropped out one day, I realised they weren't permanent and that somebody had put them in later. Now I didn't understand what these pipes were actually and what they were for, but just give you near what it looks like. It's these two particular pieces here, which are quite unusual. Now I wondered why these were in there. When one came out, it had some sort of plastic around it, so an attempt had been made to seal it between the crankcase and the piece of pipe itself. This piece of pipe fits directly into these holes as shown, and is lined up by the way the hole has been ground, and the outgoing hole is ground in a different way. Now there's two of these. That's the other one, and that was in the other side. As you can see, it's been made and it's been ground out in a particular way. Originally I thought this was maybe a bodge up, but thinking about it since, I think this maybe was BSA's first attempt to fix this particular problem. In the end we abandoned this pipe altogether, and we took the pipes, these two small pipes out, and we refitted with the 64 version of this, which has got two holes, or two recesses around the two flow and return holes, which you could fit O-rings, which is what we did, and put some silicone grease in there and sealed it up again and screwed it back in. Since then we've not had a single drop of oil out of that particular unit. So it's just interesting to me seeing what the source of these particular things were. Now to me, I don't think that would have been a homemade shed job. I think it was maybe the first attempt at a factory. So I'd be interested to know what the experts know about this, because I am definitely not an expert on BSA A65, but I know there is a lot out there. So any comments would be most welcome. Okay, cheers, bye now.